welcome to Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. My name is Julie and I'm here to impart some knowledge to you today via a 2-minute art tip. And today's tip is about a new product that we want to introduce you to called the Cheap Joe's Mega Movers. We're also going to do a demo so you can see how functionally this operates. But this is really interesting because, you know, I know you've probably seen 8 million fluid acrylic pouring videos online. I know I have. Interestingly, I was watching this group of artists and they're doing really large scale pouring, and they're doing it on turntables and on the floor and all this kind of stuff. They were doing some of their pouring and controlling the media with a speedball screen printer's squeegee. And I was just like, huh, that's interesting, you know, because there was a lot less waste because they weren't relying on the weight of the actual material to like roll off. They, you know, had a lot more control with this. However, this is for large scale. So what I thought I'd do is show you how that process can be converted into a more normal person kind of scale with the Cheap Joe's Mega Mover. Now what this is it's a silicone rubber brush head, or almost like a blade. So it's kind of like a little bit like a color shaper, but it's like a brush at the same time. It's got a little bit more play in it than, you know, say, you know, a typical shaper. But we have these in a whole litany of different sizes and shapes. You know, we have one that's more like almost like a traditional clay tool, even a double-sided tool. So lots of variation in this, lots of variation in size and shape, and then the edges. But I thought it'd be fun if you guys could actually see it in use, like how I would use it, and give you a better idea about how this performs. So we're going to do a little demo, and so that you can see how this actually works. And today I'm going to be playing around with a little bit of golden fluid acrylic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually flood this surface with white, because that's one of the things I like to do, to actually like get a lot of color going. Actually get a bunch of color going. Woo! There we go. And we're gonna really move around some color. So I'm gonna start out with that base, and I'm actually just going to kind of move it around and flood the surface. So you can see how you can get a really nice even application with this, and you have almost zero paint waste because this blade silicone is not absorbent. So it's not like a typical brush head where it's actually like absorbing your color. It's just actually moving stuff around where you want it to go, and that is it. We're going to get this base down like almost like a lake of color where everything is going to happen. And no, if you can't already tell, I'm not going to be too overly concerned with how this goes and what happens. We're just going to let things happen, which is the best kind playing, in my opinion. So we're going to let all of this go. So we got a lot of fluid on the surface. Now, notice I'm not washing this. I don't want to waste anything if I don't have to. So I'm just going to kind of let it sit over here to the side. Now, one of the things we're going to do is I'm going to actually like pour some fluid in here. And got some turquoise. We just used some green gold, and this is in a pool of titanium white. And we've already got a little bit of iridescent light copper on there. And we're gonna keep going in that vein. I got a little bit of light gold here. I'm not gonna get too crazy with it because we don't want it super, ugh. And then some Quinacridone, just to kind of mix stuff up. And bubbles, don't care, doesn't matter. we're going to work around that. And then we're going to confuse people's brain with a little bit of interference blue. So now, you're thinking, good Lord, what have you done? We're just playing. We're just going to see what happens. And the cool part is that this Mega Mover is going to be kind of like this tool that kind of makes decisions for you a little bit. We're going to let it go places and do things that maybe we wouldn't ordinarily choose. And that's all right, because it's fun. And see that beautiful crimson there? We're going to draw that down and give it some direction. Bring some of these darker colors down in here. But I am not a big fan of, when we're dealing with pouring stuff, being too contrived with a big giant idea. So we're kind of gonna let stuff happen just the way it happens and be okay with that. And as you can see, I'm pushing color around. I'm forcing the colors to kind of interact with each other. I'm causing them to pool. And that's kind of what I like about it, that there isn't an opportunity to get too hung up in preconceived ideas with this. And you're thinking, are you insane? Where's your head? It's still attached. And I'm done, y'all. That's it. I kind of like the just kind of organic quality of it all, kind of letting it do what it's going to do. As you can see, there's definitely not, a hardcore, predetermined direction for any of this. So we're just going to let it be what it is. And as you see, we've got almost zero waste at all. We made use of all of this color, and I kind of love it. I'll probably pour a little bit more titanium in here and smooth out this base, but that will be it. I hope that you got a little bit of a feel for the Cheap Joe's Mega Movers. They are fantastic new addition to the lineup, and if you haven't tried one, just a couple bucks, and they're a lot of fun and a really, really handy studio tool just generally. So take a look at them, and we are sure that you will enjoy.